Oh, all right. Hey, how's it going there, everybody? So it's been a while since I posted a video. I've just been I did get kind of into the slums a little bit there, waiting for Maverick orders to open up and everything. Um, and Basically, my last video was out before I even went to the Maverick event, but I ended up going to the Maverick event down in Salina, Kansas, where I'll be going to get my Maverick from when it comes in. Um, and essentially I went to that event, and I don't know, it was just kind of a mixed kind of trip. I only went by myself, um, so that was a little bit of a bummer. I thought I'd have somebody else with me, but it didn't happen. And so I went down. I enjoyed my time. I just wanted to kind of soak everything in myself. I didn't take too much photos or video or anything like that because I was just enjoying the time. I was enjoying the day. I don't get to make trips like that too often. It was an 8-hour trip from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, here down to Salina, Kansas. So it was a bit of a ride and a little bit draining, sitting that long and kind of going through that stuff. Plus, it was very, very hot down there. It was like up in the hundreds down there when it was like 70 degrees over here in Iowa. So big, big temperature difference. And so yeah, but I just want to go ahead and get back with you guys here to share some information. I'll be doing other videos later as well, in terms of kind of showing you my order and showing you how I got that in and everything like that, and just kind of taking you through how that process went and how it actually all happened. It was a very smooth process getting that order in. So I'll make another video to kind of go over that with you guys later as well. But for right now, I just wanted to go ahead and make a video of what I'm switching from. So it's nothing very special or anything like that. Just an average vehicle. I feel like it's so average. I loved it when I got it because every vehicle I've gotten has upgraded the features in it, of course, because the years go by and you just get newer stuff, and newer stuff has more bells and whistles to it. But I liked it for what it has been, but it's time to move on. I've always wanted a Ford vehicle because, like I've expressed on the channel many times before, my grandfather was actually high up in Ford and actually has patents out there that I've recently pulled out from online and discovered again. So it's really cool to pull those patents and see all the signatures to them and see my grandfather's name actually on them and Ford Motor Company names on them as well. So pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video in terms of what I'm driving. So without further ado, I'm driving currently, it's a 2011 Hyundai Tucson. So I'm moving from an SUV up to a pickup truck or car, whatever you want to call the Maverick. Moving up though, definitely a big type of body change and everything like that. So yeah, like I said, nothing special. It does have quite a amount of the bells and whistles though. It is a limited. Yep. So I've got the limited badging right there. All-wheel drive. So that's another thing, is I'm going from all-wheel drive to going from all-wheel drive to front-wheel drive. So we'll have to see how that is again. I haven't driven a front-wheel drive vehicle since before this. Yeah, actually, I can't remember if my Chrysler Sebring convertible before this, my hardtop convertible, was all-wheel drive. I don't think it was. I think it's front-wheel. Yeah. So we'll have to see how it is. I'm not too concerned about it. From what I hear, you mainly want all-wheel drive if you're more in like heavily snowed areas. And Iowa lately, the past, so many few winter seasons, hasn't really delivered that much snow. We get like a big drop like in a week somewhere in the winter season, and that snow sticks around for a couple weeks or a few weeks maybe at the most, and then it's all gone, And so yeah, I don't know. I don't really think I need all the all-wheel drive. Plus the the Maverick is a bit larger than this, in terms of I think length, possibly, um, and I think should have a much more like driving sort of stuff to play around with to try to combat that stuff and whatnot. So we'll see. I'm not too worried about the front wheel drive, but it's definitely on my mind. But yeah, kind of going in, not too much, got the dual toned leather seats here, and then yeah, navigation screen, so that'll be nice. The Maverick has a larger screen than what was in here in 2011, so much larger screen. And so yeah, that's pretty much what there is to that. This does have navigation. Navigation sucks though. It's very, very bare bones and limited, so I don't actually use it. I've never used it once. I much more prefer Google Maps and following that. So we'll have to see now. It sounds like the Maverick has navigation now in the 23, so we'll have to see and play around with that and see how that goes. I'm very anxious to see how that turns out when people get their hands on one. I know somebody will get their hands on one before I end up getting mine. Mine's going to be one of the last builds. I just feel it. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, I just want to take you through, show you what I'm kind of moving from, so you guys can get a figure of maybe you're in the same situation where you're driving an SUV too and you're going to a Maverick, and be anxious to hear your opinions and things like that too. Or maybe you've had an SUV and you've already gotten a 22 Maverick and you can compare it better. Yeah, super excited, and just want to move away from the color red, because all my vehicles have been red, and I'm not talking just like red, but like the same color of red. I don't get it. I actually my convertible before this was a bit darker of a red and kind of had like a sparkle shine to it, so I actually did like that a lot better. Actually, it's like my neighbor's red vehicle there, kind of. Maybe even a little darker than that, but yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much wrap to this video. Comparisons, I think I went over them. Like I said, the drive train will be different. All-wheel drive, I'll be going to front-wheel drive. And then everything else pretty much besides that will stay the same. Maverick will just give me a lot more stuff like Copilot 360 and the lane drive assist, all that stuff. So I'm super happy to play around with that. All this car has is the navigation, and then it has obviously Bluetooth built in for connecting a phone. It still does have a traditional CD player, so I don't think the Maverick has a CD player, so that's going to be funny moving away from. I don't know what I'm going to do with all my CDs now. I love collecting CDs still, even though world seems to be going to streaming and digital stuff. I love CDs, and I have so many different bands that I have signed signatures CDs of. I like to keep them in the vehicle so that if I go somewhere I can easily pull them out and be like, yeah, look at this. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Probably I'll still keep them in the Maverick. People will just be like, why do you have CDs in a vehicle that doesn't play CDs? I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. The nicest thing I'm looking forward to though is well, I do have a sunroof too on this. So I've put that into my order in the Maverick, and so I'm gonna keep that, which will be nice because that one will actually work. This one doesn't really work. The battery just can't ever sustain power to it. I don't know what's going on there, but when I got it, I thought it was just because of the winter, because it was pretty wintry when I got this, and ice was building up and stuff like that, and I was dumb and I opened up the sun. I wanted to use it, so I opened up the sunroof in like the middle of January, and probably a bad idea. But I took it back to the dealership and they fixed it because, you know, I just purchased it from them. So they fixed it up and it was moving really good again. It was closing right on normal speed and opening normally. And then shortly after that, I'd say probably about a few months or something, it slowed down and doesn't really work again. So yeah, all right, I'll catch you. Be on the lookout for my next videos and stuff. So neighbors are out, so it's weird talking. I'm so close to them, but yeah. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.